my channel. Today I'm going to be telling you all about my Arizona road trip. So if you're tuning into my channel for the very first time, my name is Tamisha, and usually on my channel I love to share recipes and everything food related, but as of recently I have started incorporating some of my travel adventures here on my channel as well. So I am a 41-year-old mom whose kids are all grown now and doing their own thing, and I have started taking on solo travel, and it has been so fulfilling, like just absolutely fulfilling and amazing. And I'm super excited to be able to share some of those adventures with you guys. So we're gonna hop right into it, guys. So I flew out from Charlotte into Phoenix and rented my car out of Phoenix to start my road trip. And my trip started off with a bang, guys. Got some rest the night I flew in and had a 3:15 wake up the very next morning because I had to be out and in the Rainbow Riders headquarters at 4:30 a.m. for a sunrise hot air balloon ride. Oh my God. Like, I have wanted to go in on a hot air balloon ride for years. And I was super excited to be able to get into Phoenix and do that the next morning that I flew in. It was amazing, guys. So I was at the Rainbow Riders headquarters at 4:30 in the morning, and they divvied everybody up into a van with their pilots. My pilot was amazing. He was so informative, so reassuring and calming, funny also. He was very funny, which was great because it, helped calm my nerves a bit. But we drove out, like out into the desert, into the launch location. And to be out there before the sun rises and then see them get these hot air balloons up, it was beautiful. It was absolutely beautiful. So we were able to get into our balloons and up in the air just in time to watch the sunrise. And when I tell you, watching the sun rise from 8,000 feet in the air in a hot air balloon is everything, okay? Now, generally, I am terrified of heights, and that seemed to be the story of everyone else who was in my bucket as well. We were all first timers in the bucket that I was in, but it's something about being up there in the peace of the morning, and the hot air balloon was so calm. It wasn't windy at all. It was just, it was peace. It was peace, and it was peace that I needed that early. I was able to FaceTime my kids from the hot air balloon. The thing about it is I didn't tell them I was doing a hot air balloon until I was actually in it, because I knew they were going to try to talk me out of it. Well, at least my boys would. My daughter, she's the adventurous type. My boys probably would have tried to talk me out of it. But FaceTiming them from the hot air balloon, it was just so amazing. It was beautiful to see all of the balloons up there. My pilot, he gave us a lot of information on the area, everything that we were looking down at. And then when we came down, we got a chance to celebrate with the Balloonist Prayer and a toast of mimosas.
The winds have welcomed your softness. The sun has blessed you with his warm hands. You have flown so high and so well that the gods have joined you in your laughter and set you gently back into the loving arms of Mother Earth. Cheers.
Cheers. And it was really nice. We headed back to back to their headquarters, and we got certificates for completing it. And it was great. It was definitely the perfect way to start off my trip. So after that, what did I do? I got some rest because that evening I went out to Lolo's Chicken and Waffles. Guys, let me tell you something. I had not heard of Lolo's until I got to Phoenix, but apparently they're a popular chain out that way. And those waffles, it was like a cinnamon vanilla waffle with this crispy fried chicken. The service there was absolutely amazing. I love the murals that were on the outside of the building. It was everything. Guys, they had Kool-Aid on tap. Okay, I haven't had Kool-Aid since I was in middle school, high school, back in the 90s. So it was definitely a place that I would go back to if I'm ever in that area to eat again. Now, my day went from sunrise to sunset. So I got a chance to catch the sunset at this place called Papagoa Park. And it has this spot, which is really popular to go watch the sunset, called Hole in a Rock. And it is literally a hole in the rock, which has like the perfect natural formation of seating that you can just kind of go and just sit along the edge and just watch the sunset. It was so beautiful. The hike up to the top was probably no more than 5 minutes, not a strenuous hike at all. But it was beautiful and a perfect way to end that day and then go back and rest up to start day 2 of my trip, which I started the next morning, decided it was time to go ahead and pack up and get on the road and head north towards Sedona. So Sedona is beautiful, guys. I mean, you know, Arizona is all desert, but it's a difference from Phoenix just being just like desert, flat desert, brown, and then you get into Sedona and it's just red rock, just beautiful, massive red rock formations everywhere. And so when I got in, I had seen from some other travel vloggers of this McDonald's that had turquoise arches, which is pretty cool. They had the turquoise arches to kind of contrast with the desert, as opposed to having the golden arches. The turquoise definitely stood out beautiful with the red rock behind it. So that was a beautiful spot to stop at. But I stopped in Sedona solely for the purpose of getting a hike in. So if you are a hiker, you love trails and outdoor adventures, there is an endless amount of spots that you can go hiking in Arizona and Sedona specifically. But I chose Cathedral Rock because I'm a newbie hiker. I just started hiking during the pandemic, and so I didn't want to push myself too much, but I still wanted to go somewhere that was going to give me epic views. And Cathedral Rock did just that. It was beautiful. The hike wasn't super strenuous. And so put on my hiking boots and just started hitting the trail. And once I got to the part that I was comfortable stopping at, which was not the top, wasn't even close to the top, but it still was so rewarding to see the views that I was able to catch from the spot that I was in. And so if you're in Sedona and you're looking for a spot to hike, I would recommend, and you're a newbie hiker like me, I would definitely recommend Cathedral Rock. I was tired though. I was tired. Even though I didn't go all the way to the top, your girl was tired. So I decided not to stay in Sedona for the night. I wanted to continue on my way north because I wanted to actually be at the Grand Canyon the following morning. So I got back on the road, and my plan was to drive all the way to the Grand Canyon. Now, this is my plan that I made without researching, which is generally not me. I generally research every single detail of a trip, but I didn't research this, and I paid for it. I paid heavily for it. I drove through Flagstaff, and something told me, girl, go ahead and stop here and then just drive the rest of the way in the morning. But I was like, nope, I'm a trooper. I'm gonna keep going. You know, I'm feeling good with this drive. Just keep on pushing. Should have went with my gut instinct, because when I made it to the Grand Canyon, the prices of the hotel like quadrupled. Like they just just boom. And it wasn't really a big selection to even choose from. So what I would say is that if you are taking the same route that I took, and your plan is to go to the Grand Canyon, stop in Flagstaff and get your room and drive the rest of the way the next morning. Your pockets will thank you. Got up early. I got up early because I was excited to make my way to the Grand Canyon the next morning. I think I made it to the gate around, I want to say 7 or 8 a.m. And I literally just there was no wait. There was no wait at all to get in. And it was, oh, let me tell you the price. So to get into the Grand Canyon, it's $35 per car. And that pass for $35 will cover you for 7 days to come and go as you please. I think that that is a wonderful price. But if you are going to be going to multiple national parks and you like exploring, I would highly recommend that you get a national park pass. It's $80 for the entire year, and it gets you unlimited access to all of the national parks across the country. There literally is not a warning sign when you're driving through the Grand Canyon that's like, hey, prepare to be amazed, prepare 5 miles ahead, you know, or prepare to be, you know, blown away in 1.2 miles. Like, there's no warning, no warning sign at all. So I'm driving, you know, because it's literally not right there at the entrance. Like, you have to drive a bit. So I'm just driving along, right? Just driving, listen to my music and everything. And then I look out the window to the left, right? And I'm like, wait a minute, wait, what? And I'm like, it's the Grand Canyon! It's the Grand Canyon! Guys, like, I'm literally screaming in my car, oh my God. Like, I'm overwhelmed. It's just like, I would say maybe as soon as you're not like just taken aback like I was, maybe 5-7 minutes from entering into the South Rim Gate, you're going to see it. It blew me away. Oh my God, it was gorgeous. It was gorgeous. It was everything. There is something about seeing it up close in person. It brought me to tears. It did. It brought me to tears. So here's the thing about the Grand Canyon. There's so many stop off points that you can drive and just pull over and get out your car and look. And none of them are the same because, you know, rock formations, right? So you can be amazed at one point and just get all your pictures and take in all the beauty and all the glory. And then 2 miles down the road, here's another stop off point, and it's almost as if you just seeing it for the very first time. Guys, I'm so excited. I'm at the freaking Grand Canyon. Like, look, the Grand Canyon. Oh my God. Oh my God. Life is just, oh, wow. It's incredible. Absolutely incredible. Like, just incredible. Right? And you feel so small next to it, and it almost just like humanizes you again and just puts you back into like your place in existence without me trying to go super, super deep. I don't know. Anyhow, let me stop now. Let's talk about the drive out of the Grand Canyon. It's not for the faint of heart. It's not at all. It's not at all. Or maybe it was just me. I don't know. But driving out of the Grand Canyon, I have never been so thankful to be on flat, non-winding land. There were several points during that ride out that I literally just wanted to stop the car in the middle of the road and just be like, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. I mean, it's just constant, endless winding. And then you're looking over to your side, and then it's like, okay, cliff, cliff, right? And so just trying to be careful. It racked my nerves. It racked my nerves. But I was like, you know what, girl? You are strong. You are confident. You are courageous. You've got this, okay? You've got this. So I made it out and continued on my journey north to Page, Arizona. Now, Page was actually the reason why I even took this trip in the first place. I have been wanting to go to Page for years, and it was another spot that did not disappoint. So I went to Page for Horseshoe Bend, and It literally is a spot that I have been staring at pictures for years, wanting to be able to go there and just take that in as well. And so Horseshoe Bend, it's $10 to get into Horseshoe Bend. It is not a come and go situation. Like you pay $10 every single time you go through the gate. So, but it's another spot that is well worth it. It is beautiful. The formation, literally, it just naturally formed this horseshoe shape. And then you're looking down and the water is just this gorgeous turquoise blue. It's another just spot that, looking at it in picture and then experiencing it in person, two completely different things. So I ended up spending 3 days in Page. It was something about being there that I felt peace. And it was almost like my body there was allowed me to rest and get like deep rest. So I spent 3 days there. I ended up just extending in my hotel, and I felt wonderful. I felt wonderful. One thing I will say about being in Arizona is get yourself a humidifier. If you're going to do a Arizona road trip, and you're going to be there for an extended period of time, get a humidifier, because coming from North Carolina where there's like thick humidity, and then going there, my skin, my mouth, my hair, everything was just bone dry. Like I would wake up in the middle of the night, my mouth would just be stuck. No matter how much lotion I put on my body, it just like sucked it all up, right? And so my daughter suggested, she was like, hey, just go buy yourself a humidifier. And I'm like, I don't really want to get one because I don't want to buy something that I can't take back on a plane. But I went to Walmart anyway and bought the least expensive one. It was like $20, and my body thanked me immediately for it. I just kept it in every hotel room I was in, and I felt so much better. I had great food at El Tapatio in Page. They brought out this sizzling fajita that he literally set on fire for me. It was probably the best fajitas I had ever had in my entire life. And service was great as well. And so I really enjoyed my time in Page. And so it was time to head back towards Phoenix and catch my flight back home. But I did a little bit of research and found this spot called Dinosaur Tracks, which is in between the north and south rim of the Grand Canyon, located in Tuba City, which I would say leaving Page was maybe an hour, 15 minutes outside of Page. And I got to meet Joe. He was my guide for Dinosaur Tracks' Navajo Nation. Beautiful land. And he took me through exploring for raptor tracks and all these different dinosaurs. And he even told me about several dinosaurs that had remains that had been excavated from that land and made it into some of our national museums. It was just a wonderful time. I have always loved learning about dinosaurs. Like I've been a lover of dinosaurs. I'm a believer in dinosaurs and everything. And so he showed me different bones that had been fossilized into the rocks, eggs, and all the different tracks. It was just a wonderful time out there. I was able to feel like a big kid. I mean, I think I oohed and awed so many times while I was out there, like just like, what, really? So it was a perfect way to end my trip and head back to Phoenix and catch my flight back home. That trip did something for me, and it pushed me, for one, with the driving, because I haven't been the most comfortable with driving by myself, and so it pushed me with driving, but it also just sparked like just exploration. I just want to get out there and I want to explore more and I want to learn more and I want to experience more. So it was definitely a wonderful trip. I highly recommend, if you're looking to do a road trip, to definitely go through Arizona and explore all that Arizona has to offer. You will not be disappointed. So that is all that I have for you guys today. I have held enough of your time and I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I can't wait to share more travel adventures with you guys as a solo traveler over the age of 40. And be well and take care. See you next time.